I'm Alistair Greener.
I'm Gemma Clark.
And this is the Swindon Show. Hello and welcome to a very royal Swindon show, and it's great to be back at Lydiard Park in West Swindon.
That's right, and we'd like to congratulate Her Majesty the Queen on reaching a staggering 60 years on the throne. Now we've got lots to get through this week, so without much further ado, let's see what's on this week's lineup.
We chat to Nicky about her work as an artist and her recent royal painting.
We bring you all the up-to-the-minute events in our What's On guide.
We go ape in a new attraction here in Lydiard Park.
We dish up the local eating out guide.
We speak to local royal photographer Richard Wintle.
Peter Mannion brings us the latest sports news.
We chat to Shanhina about a Swindon film which received the Queen's Royal Seal of Approval.
And we'll have a look at some great competitions.
And to end the show, we've invited back the ever so talented singer Eleanor Williams.
This week we celebrate the Queen's 60 years of reign.
And you can look up on swindonweb.com for all the information about what's going on over the weekend and the Jubilee celebrations, as well as some great images as well of you preparing for your various celebrations. Now, of course, it's amazing, isn't it? 60 years on the throne. She's the 40th monarch. She has also presided over 12 different prime ministers, and the first one to be actually born in her reign was Tony Blair. What an incredible record. Now, as always, we have great guests on the Swindon show, and this week it's a great pleasure to welcome our first guest. She's an amazing artist. She graduated with textile design from Middlesex Polytechnic. She's worked at Harrods. She is the artist in residence at Fratelli's in London, where she's been for the last 3 years, which has led her to do some amazing charitable work as well. She's Nicky Leigh. She's all the way from my home village of Albourne. Good to see you.
Hello.
Now, we're going to be in Albourne in a few weeks' time, or a few months' time on the show, so looking forward to coming there, because one of the things about Albourne is it's quite a melting pot of talent with art, isn't it?
Yeah, we have lots of artists in the village. I think at the last count there were probably about 8 painters, sculptors, and also potters. So it's very interesting. Now, you have quite a, I know everyone says this to artists, oh, you have a unique style, but you really do. Now, you were saying before we went on air about how this evolved over quite a period of time, your whole career really.
Well, yes, I was saying how old I was.
Which will leave me that part out.
Yeah, I have been painting for a long time, so that's helped me develop my own style. But my favourite artist is Picasso, and his work changes throughout his life, and he was very, very prolific. And also Patrick Caulfield, and I think he's the only one that you can really see influenced in the painting that I've done recently, with all the outlines and the colour.
It is, because there's a very sharp contrast between each of the colours. They don't fuse into one another, do they?
Well, I like to think some of them do, because that's the whole reason of having them there. The juxtaposition, of the colours is interesting. They're complementary colours, and that's why, you might think you like it, you don't know why you like it, but it's the trick of the eye, because I've put colours next to each other that look good together.
And looking at your style, looking at all the paintings, of course, a lot of the charitable work started when you became the artist in residence at Fratelli's.
Yes, my first exhibition, because they're owned, a percentage of the company is owned by Tony and Guy, I donated 20% of the takings of my first exhibition to their charitable foundation. And then I was approached by the Scope charity, and they give money to support disabled children and their families. And then I was approached by Marie Curie to do a painting for the Royal Academy Summer Show exhibition, which is a picture of Buckingham Palace. So,
now we're going to have a little look at this, because it really is a wonderfully striking picture. There we go, that's the actual picture itself. And so tell us what's going to happen with this painting very quickly.
This painting is going into a silent auction for the evening to help raise funds for the Marie Curie charity. Last year they raised £134,000. This year they hope to exceed that if possible. 10 Royal Academicians donate their pictures that go into an auction, raise most of the money. and my painting will be part of a silent auction where there are 10 to 20 other artists, new up-and-coming artists that they have put on displays. So,
well, good luck with it all. If you'd like to see more of Nicky's work, you can see on the bottom of the screen now. Congratulations for being involved in such a prestigious auction, and also thank you for joining us here today on the Swindon Show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now in a moment I'll be taking a look at the new activity here at Lydiard Park, which is Jungle Park. But first, let's have a look at the all-important What's On guide for this week.
To celebrate the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, the Royal Road exhibition at Steam Museum explores the Great Western Railway's royal connections. Displays include unique material from Queen Victoria's reign right up to the present day of Queen Elizabeth II. Open now until the 31st of December. Now, we all love a curry, but would you ever think about having one in a theatre? Well, you can enjoy just that when Hardeep Singh Kohli visits the Arts Centre this Thursday on his mission to find the best Indian takeaway in the UK. We haven't forgotten about you ladies. On Friday, Wyvern Theatre are holding another of their regular Ladies' Nights, featuring an evening full of gorgeous male entertainment, a cheeky drag queen and comedian, devilish cocktail on arrival, and scrumptious food platters. Please note this is an over-18s and ladies-only event. Sorry, chaps. Now, if you were a fan of the Ramones, then head down to the Vic on Saturday for a performance from Ramonas, the only all-girl tribute to one of the most influential punk rock bands in history. They capture all the energy and passion of the original group's live performances. On Sunday, you and the kids can hunt for gems and jewels in a brand new quiz trail here at Lydiard House and Park, inspired by the grand jewellery worn by the St John family. Why not finish your visit by making yourself a crown? See website for details. At the time of recording, tickets were available for all these events. However, we do recommend you contact the venues before attending.
I popped along here to a new attraction for Swindon called Jungle Park, which is right here at Lydiard Park. So let's go and check it out. Even though this is the kids' course, I'm going to give it a try. Clip myself on. Ooh, it's a bit wobbly. Ooh. It's amazing here. There's so many different things to go on. Oh God. Now I've got to unclip myself. Onto the bridge. This could have kids entertained for hours, I reckon. So I'm here with Maria Reynolds, the co-director of Jungle Park. Maria, can you tell us a bit about what the park is all about?
Yeah, well basically it's kind of like a tree trekking adventure. So the children are going to move from tree to tree on all different activities. They get harnessed up with one of these, and then from there they kind of get a training session, and then after the training session they're just let loose on the course, but it's all very safe, and they kind of go on zip lines, Tarzan swings, tunnels, cargo nets, wobbly bridges. There's so many activities. I think we've got about 50 plus activities for the kids to go on now.
Okay, brilliant. And how did you come about getting a park in Lydiard Park?
Well, it was just by chance really. We've got one in Liverpool and one in Northampton, and we just got a phone call from the Swindon Borough Council to say there was a tender coming up and would we be interested. But there were already quite big companies involved, but they kind of thought that give the little guys a chance, and when we come along with all our different bespoke ideas, we got the contract, so it was great.
Oh wow. And do you have an age range for children? Is there a minimum or a maximum age for this specific course?
Yeah, for this course, the adventure course, the minimum age is around 3.5, the height is 1.05, and the maximum age is around 11, 12.
Okay, and I know you're expanding to an Explorer course, and that's for adults, right?
Correct. That should be getting built around September, opening for October half term, but obviously to be confirmed. We don't exactly know the dates yet. But that's going to be a much higher, larger course for adults and teenagers, and so basically the whole family can come and enjoy themselves here.
And what does that involve? Does that mean everything gets a little bit higher, a little bit harder to do?
It's going to be very much higher. There's going to be all different. Basically, we like to cater for everybody. So although the Explorer course is going to be much higher, and for adults we'll also have green and black routes on there, so like mums that are a little bit more nervous, or like dads that are a bit nervous too, can go the green route, and then like the more adventurous crazy people can go the black route, so it's much higher and a bit more scarier.
Yeah, what do I do here?
Yeah, you keep going, you pass under the cable.
Do I climb on that bit?
Pass under the cable along. Okay. There you can cross the activity and use the rope to help yourself.
Okay, these are like monkey bars.
It is, yeah.
Swinging. Feel like I'm on a tightrope a little bit. It's a good job I'm doing this, not Alistair, eh? How quickly is this going to go down? I think
I'm going to help you there because there is no matrice yet.
So what do I do? Do I sit?
Yeah, you're going to stay stand up on the one there and you're going to let you slide.
So I just let my feet go?
Yeah. Okay. And you're going to step on the platform. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, you did it.
And on the other side there. You need to
have to be tiny to do this bit.
Okay. Well done.
Hooray, did it. Well, I don't think I did it very well considering I'm 21 years old. I'm sure a lot of younger children will be a bit better than me. But it's really good fun and I think it will be an amazing day out for little kids. Brilliant.
It's not so long ago that a trip out for a drink in the open air meant venturing into the uncertain world of pubs with fiberglass tree houses and tables that acted like seesaws. These days, thankfully, things have improved somewhat, so we've taken a stroll through the patios and terraces as well as the gardens of pubs in Swindon to find out which are the best for visiting when it's too hot to be indoors. Check out the full guide on swindonweb.com. Now, there's nothing quite as quintessentially British as a good cream tea, and it's a great way to enjoy this good weather we're having. From Sunday to Tuesday, Chiseldon House Hotel will be celebrating the Queen's Diamond Jubilee with a traditional afternoon cream tea, and their picturesque grounds are the perfect place to enjoy it. If the weather's still good, why not enjoy a cream tea out on Stanton House Hotel's veranda, which has a great view of the lake and surrounding countryside. And if it's raining, just pop into their spacious conservatory. Providing you book at least 24 hours in advance, the Pear Tree at Parc is another place to enjoy a great cream tea. They bake their scones fresh for your visit, and the hotel is renowned for their locally sourced ingredients. And of course, there's plenty more choice of where to go and what to eat on swindonweb.com. Our comprehensive restaurant guide gives you all the choice you need, whether it's Italian, Chinese, Indian, Mexican or traditional pub grub, all here in Swindon. Wow, doesn't that all look delicious? And I know I'm going to be enjoying a cream tea this week.
Definitely. Now, did you know, Alistair, that the Queen has sent over 100,000 telegrams to those that have reached the grand old age of 100?
Isn't that amazing? When you look at some of the statistics of the Queen's reign, just amazing. And in fact, during that time, she's come to Swindon 4 times, passed through our town numerous times throughout her reign. The last time she was actually here was on the 26th of October 1998, when she officially opened the Motorola plant up there at Groundwell. Now, one of the gentlemen who might have actually captured that on film is a local. He's called Richard Wintle. He is from Calyx Picture Agency and he's here with us today. And you have got a most amazing collection of royal photographs and video, haven't you?
More video than photographs, but yes, I've got an archive going back over 12 years of the royal family, mostly concentrating on Charles, Camilla and the boys. But it's quite a good collection.
What got you into focusing on the royals as opposed to anything else?
Oh, surely by accident. I happened to be driving to my parents' house across the Cotswolds, came upon the hunt where they were hunting and did a bit of footage. I just started doing video at that stage, and lo and behold, people wanted it. So, hello, there's something here. So from then on, you know, we did polo, obviously Cirencester and Beaufort, and progressed from there. And I'm now, you know, I now follow them round. Again, mostly concentrating on Charles and Camilla. The problem is the Queen has her own cameraman, and you know you can't get particularly good footage. But with Clarence House, I I do a lot.
And I presume as well, once you become known on the circuit sort of thing, there's almost a little bit more of a trust involved with them as well, I presume.
Very much so, very much so. You know, it's taken 10 years to sort of get to the point where I am now.
And we're actually going to have a look at some of these pictures because we were looking just beforehand. I mean, some amazing video footage. Now, you've managed to get up really, really close, and you're saying it's because of the camera equipment that you have.
Yeah, the camera equipment is sort of specific. A lot of cameras, like the one that Tom's using now, tends to concentrate on a wide-angle lens. All my stuff is very long lens stuff. Not paparazzi long lens, but long lens because we're capped 20, 30 feet away.
Now, what for you is the most fun thing that you actually managed to capture in all those years?
Oh, there's lots. I mean, the Prince is playing bike polo on old bikes. Camilla juggling, Camilla playing on a Wii. Things like this, you know. I mean, you get oddball ones from time to time.
Well, let's have a little look at some of the footage you've got here, because I'm just absolutely amazed at what you've got. I love this. We can see the Queen in wellies here. What was this event?
Well, this is the Royal Windsor Horse Show, and it was earlier in the month, in all that heavy rain that we had, right at the end of the heavy rain that we had. The Queen, it's obviously in her back garden, and she attends to watch her horses. And this year, she came, as usual, casually dressed, with a headscarf, puffer jacket,
and
skirt,
one does wear
wellies.
royal wellies.
And
how nice.
Black wellies. I mean, not even green wellies.
Not even green ones. Now, we were talking about up at Groundwell, and you were there for that.
Yes, I was one of the official photographers on the rota, and the Queen, as I say, opening Motorola, a little lad ran out and asked her for her autograph.
Oh.
And he had his policeman hat on or something, and he ran out and he asked her if she could sign it. Of course, Queen doesn't sign autographs.
Now, you've also just set up a new website as well, haven't you, relating specifically towards sport?
Yes, Sport Swindon. It's a display of my images with press releases and so on that come out. It's linking the two football teams, the rugby, the cricket, ice hockey, speedway, and golf and other sports.
Well, we've got a link to it on the bottom of the screen here.
Thank you very much.
Richard, thank you very much indeed for coming in. Great to talk to you, and wish you all the best for the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. And if you want to have a look at the Queen's visits to Swindon, you can go onto our website, swindonweb.com. Now Peter should be joining us from Supermarine Sports Club. Peter, are you there?
Yes, I am, Gem, and it looks like you are having great fun over at Lydiard Park, and especially Alistair with those inflatable gloves.
Yeah, we're having loads of fun here on these amazingly comfortable sofas, courtesy of Leigh Garden Centre.
Yeah, thanks guys, but do you mind if I take this off now?
Oh, go on then.
Thank you.
So Peter, what's been happening locally in sport this week?
Thank you, Gemma. This week, the Sports Roundup is being brought to you from the Webbswood Stadium, the home of Swindon Supermarine. We're here to speak to new Supermarine manager, Dave Webb. We'll be speaking to Dave in a moment, but first, it's been another up and down week for Swindon Town and their manager, Paolo Di Canio. This week, the club confirmed that he'll be staying on an extra few years, and he signed an extension to the contract until 2015. But the club have once again had to defend their manager after there have been further revelations regarding the allegations that Jonathan Tahui has made to the club. The BBC claimed that the Swindon have actually apologised to the player for the alleged racist comments, but the club have had to again once deny those allegations, and they fully support Paolo Di Canio. As we reported a couple of weeks ago, Swindon Supermarine have appointed Dave Webb as their new manager, and we're here to speak to the former Highworth boss about the appointment and the preparations for the new season. Okay, so Dave, not long in the job, so how are you settling in so far?
Yeah, it's all good. Really sort of looking forward to the challenge. Couple of weeks in, so talking to all the players, getting used to the surroundings. Obviously met all the committee. So yeah, it's a really exciting job for me and Leigh, and we're really looking forward to getting stuck into pre-season when it starts in July.
Okay, and then you said you spoke to all the players. What's kind of been the response thus far?
Oh, pretty good. I think, you know, they're obviously all disappointed to get the relegation last year. You know, they're only really 3 points or 4 points from safety. So, you know, that's tough, you know, and it's a long, hard season for them. So I didn't really want to be speaking to them this soon, but obviously with the change, it was needed. So they've all been spoken to, and I'm hopeful that the majority of the team will stay, and we can build a team that can be hopefully very competitive in the league below. You know, it's disappointing to get relegation, but you know, the club wants to go forward again, and hopefully I can lead from the front as the manager.
You were manager at Highworth before, a couple of cups in the bag. For those of people that kind of don't know you or don't know your style, how would you kind of sum your style up of style of management?
Yeah, I think you know, I've only managed for 4 seasons at Highworth, and you know, I was assisted John Fisher for a couple of seasons before that, so you know, I'm pretty versed in you know, different styles of management. But yeah, I think, you know, you have to treat your players with respect. You know, they have to treat you with respect, and I think it's a two-way thing. And you know, I think once you've got that, and people know the way that you want them to play, and you just try and go out there and deliver it. But I think you've got to work hard. You've got to be as fit as you can, and you've just got to work together. You know, it's not about what I do; it's about what the players do. And you know, I'll work with the players that are here to try and get us to gel as a team and get the results on the pitch.
Okay, well, everyone here at the Swindon Show would like to wish Swindon Swindon the very best of luck with the season.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Hopefully I will see a few of you coming out to watch some games.
Yeah, no, brilliant. Looks like we're in the right place for the press. And meanwhile, Swindon Robins, they continued their route to winning ways as they thrashed Bellevue 60 points to 33. That was on top of a very comfortable win over Peterborough the week before. Their next race is against the Wolverhampton Wolves. They then got back-to-back fixtures against Poole. First of all, it's an away trip on Wednesday, and then it's the return fixture against the Pirates on Thursday. Swindon Robins are currently 3rd in the Elite League table. In other news, Swindon Wildcats have confirmed that hometown favourite Leigh Richardson will be signing for the 2012-2013 season. Richardson appeared in 41 matches last campaign, scoring 10 goals and assisting 31. And finally, wheelchair tennis star Louise Hunt won a bronze medal at the World Cup team event in Korea. It was extra special for Louise as she's just made the qualifying stand-in for the Paralympics, and it was her 21st birthday when she was out there competing in the tournament. So happy birthday to Louise, and we do hope to have an interview with Louise very shortly on the show. That's all your sports roundup for now. Back to Gemma and Alistair.
Thanks, Peter. Now, if you represent a trust or charity and want some free exposure, or maybe you want to make a public appeal, you can email us, thestudio@theswindonshow.com, and we'll aim to showcase you on our new feature, Calling Swindon, coming up in future shows.
Lydiard Park is a great place to walk with a family, have a picnic, or just enjoy a book in these wonderful grounds. Now, there's always a lot going on here at Lydiard Park, so do follow the link on the bottom of the screen and find out what's coming up. Now, you may remember a few weeks ago we actually filmed here inside the house, but if you did miss that episode, don't worry, you can look it up on theswindonshow.com. Now, there have been actually 4 royal visits to the park. Prince Harry came here in 2010 to open the Garden of Remembrance. Prince Edward came to congratulate people who had been participating in the Duke of Edinburgh Award scheme. And Princess Anne was also here, and she was actually just after the restoration of the house, and she came to congratulate the people involved in that. And the Queen herself arrived in 1997. Now, I love this. She actually dined in the house and was heard to say afterwards, what a charming little place it was. Well, I suppose compared to Buckingham Palace, it is. Anyway, Gemma's got some more facts. I think she's on the couch over there. Are you there, Gemma?
Yes, I'm here, Alistair. Now, did you know the Queen can speak fluent French and she has 30 grandchildren? Now, there's 2 lovely facts for you. Now, a film about Swindon, which received the Queen's Royal Seal of Approval, will be shown at many venues this summer. Many Swindon residents feature in the film, which is called A Portrait of Swindon. Let's take a look at the trailer.
I've kept Swindon on its feet for 32 years, mending shoes, handbags and doing the odd stitch job here and there. Of late I've been doing and supporting the troops in Afghanistan with the repatriation.
When you know that everything's coming together and you're dancing or moving in a way that you're in complete harmony and synergy.
The Swindon collection is important because it's one of the top 3 collections of 20th century British art in the country.
And I'd still be working in Rover now if they'd let me, but they won't let me because I'm too old.
It's kind of what you do and the people that you meet. It's the kind of community that I think makes a place.
Music, dance, music, feeling, it's almost a spiritual experience.
Now, to tell us more about the film, I'm here with producer Shanhina Johnson. So tell us about how you came about creating the film.
Well, I'm based at Create Studios, which is part of Swindon's Borough Council, so we've been working with people and communities in Swindon for nearly 30 years now. So with the opportunity that the Jubilee gave us, we were really excited about making a film that represented the town. So instead of building a statue or having some other kind of conventional things that people often build for Jubilees, we wanted to create a film that captured the essence of the town and celebrated who we all are, but in a way created a time capsule for the future as well.
Yeah, because I know you had a lot of members of the public in Swindon that feature in the film itself.
Yeah, I think altogether, I think we've got a list of 600 contributors one way or another. And as well as the film itself, we were commissioned to make a digital installation for Her Majesty as part of an event over in Salisbury at the beginning of May. So we've actually got a series of portraits, photographic portraits that kind of sit alongside the film to create the portrait of Swindon as a whole.
And I know as part of that you asked them to kind of picture being on the golden sofa and who they would feature on there. What kind of ideas were people coming up with about who they'd like to see on that golden sofa?
People really responded to the idea of a royal portrait. We're all familiar with seeing that, and we really were turning that on its head and saying actually ordinary people have done extraordinary things and have extraordinary stories too. And it was interesting when we invited the Mayor of Swindon, who's recently just finished her term, to be on the sofa as someone kind of iconic of the town. She chose to have a young girl who'd actually just been through the citizenship process and was really excited about being a citizen of Swindon, to have her place on the sofa. So that was quite a moving story, where you see the Mayor and this young girl who wears all of the Mayor's clothes in a very dramatic pose on the sofa. So every image had a story behind it, some of it ordinary, some of it extraordinary, but we wanted to find the hidden gems of Swindon.
Definitely, and bringing a bit of a twist to the traditional portrait. And I know it's being presented at Wharf Green this weekend. How do you feel about that? How does that feel? It's obviously quite a proud moment for you.
Absolutely, because obviously we had that real excitement of sharing the work with the Queen at the beginning of May, but absolutely it's all about sharing Swindon's portrait with Swindon's people now. So that will begin at Wharf Green as part of the sort of Jubilee celebration. So Sunday, Monday and Tuesday around lunchtime it's going to be screened each day. And then we've got an exhibition at Artsite, which is right next to the Wyvern Theatre, running Thursday, Friday, Saturday next week, where you can see the film and the photographs together before they all come here to Lydiard Park for Big Arts Day. So we're hoping over 20,000 people will get to see it on that day, which is fantastic.
Brilliant. Well, that's a lovely opportunity for people to see the real hidden gems, as you said, of Swindon. Thank you very much for coming down today.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Shanhina, that sounds absolutely fascinating, and we're looking forward to seeing those portraits and of course the full film as well in due course. Wonderful. Well, it's time for competition now, and as you know, we always have some great competitions here on the Swindon Show, and congratulations to 2 recent winners. First of all, Jeff Davis, who won tickets to go and see Wheatus at the Mecca, and also Caroline Lovett, who won those tickets to the Ladies Only Clay Pigeon Shoot Day. Well, what have we got this week? Yes, it's time for this week's competition.
4 tickets to see From the Jam, a world-renowned tribute to the Jam at the Old Town Bowl. 2 tickets to see Dancing Queen at Wyvern Theatre, a musical extravaganza featuring all of the classic ABBA hits. A sit-down meal for 2 at the Burge Indian restaurant in Wanborough. Yum!
All you have to do to enter is visit the page on the screen now. If you have a smartphone, you can scan the barcode to be taken straight there. Winners will be contacted by phone and email. For full terms and conditions, please see the competitions page. It's performance time already, and it's a great pleasure to welcome back a lady who performed on our very first show here on the Swindon Show all those weeks ago back at Rudy's, and she's back again. Great pleasure to welcome back the very talented Eleanor Williams. I've been wanting to do this all day. I've got to hand it to you. What a great show that was. Okay, fair enough. Right, so great to see you again, and you're in the middle of GCSEs.
Yeah, we've had 7 or 8 so far. Really hard. Managing it with singing on the side as well, so I'm trying to do it all at once. But yeah.
Well done, and I have to say, looking fabulous today in royal blue. Perfect. Absolutely great for you. And how's it been since we last spoke to you 13 weeks ago?
I know, it seems like ages ago. Yeah, it's been really good. Singing a lot. Just exams and waiting for the summer. And just really focus on my singing. Really good.
And talking of singing, you are going to be celebrating yourself the Jubilee, aren't you? You're performing this weekend.
Yes, I'm singing at Wintle in a party in the Parc. Yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah.
And hopefully you'll be catapulted into success with being on this show again. Our first artist to have performed on 2 shows. So there you go. Can't be bad at all. And haven't we got? Isn't it got more exciting? We've got 2 presenters now. We're flag waving for the Jubilee. It's just all so exciting.
Yep.
And I'm sure you'll be waving flags when you finish that last exam.
Oh yes, definitely, yeah. Can't wait.
Now tell us about the number you're going to do today.
Today I'm going to do more classical. I'm going to do Pia Jesu, Andrew Lloyd Webber's Pia Jesu. It's a bit more softer than the Wuthering Heights I did last time.
So from Kate Bush to Ella Jones.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Ella Jones, yeah.
Well, fantastic. Looking forward to seeing the performance. As always, thank you so much, Leigh, for coming on the show. We're going to let you go and get ready.
Okay.
And meanwhile...
Yeah, well, we hope that's it for us. So we hope you've had a really good Jubilee show here at Lydiard House. We'd like to say thank you to all our guests and, of course, Lydiard Park and House and Let's Show Garden Centre for this lovely sofa that we've had. And we're going to have a break next week and we won't be back until Monday the 18th. So we'll see you then.
Looking forward to it. In the meantime, please do stay in touch. You know how to do it. As always, you can make sure you mention us on Twitter, hashtag The Swindon Show, also on Facebook, and email studio@theswindonshow.com. In the meantime, thank you again very much for watching. Thank you, Gemma.
No worries. Always
another
a pleasure.
award-winning show
Brilliant.
on this wonderful set as well. Here to play us out is Eleanor Williams with Pia Jesu. In the meantime, for myself, Alison, goodbye.
Goodbye.